Hi, I'm Desmond, and today I'm going to talk about Upper House. A very nice condo name, somehow rather reminded me of a luxury hotel in Hong Kong. Now, the Upper House in Singapore is situated in Orchard Boulevard, also a upmarket district. As you may be aware that there will be quite a fair bit of upcoming launches in the later part of 2025. So in this video, my analysis is based more on a price acceptance point, as this is considered a market area compared to the rest. When I first heard of the price, I was a bit surprised because there are so many upcoming launches in the District 9, in River Valley, and also in Zion. So I dived into the project and found out more interesting points about Upper House. Okay, so let's look at the project. This is Upper House at Orchard Boulevard. This is how the facade will look like. Very beautiful. Okay, then this is situated in the heart of CCR. As I mentioned to you that it is next to Orchard Boulevard MRT. The developer itself is UOL, and this project has 301 units. Here, 301 units on a 7,000 square meter plot of land. For CCR project, especially in Orchard area, the quality and the feel and the facade of the project must be luxurious, as the target market is slightly different. They are not only focused on the numbers per se only. Ultimately, the address must be coveted. For example, Ardmore, Nassim, Grange, Orchard Boulevard are pricier because these are the more prestigious address. Yeah. So if I were to say that whenever you buy a property, you must always understand what your future buyer will be looking for in the area. Okay, because different area will have different kind of buyers looking for different kind of things, So if I would be able to find something that my future buyer will want to buy, okay, and I can find at a good price to enter, then this is something that you can go and lock in. Okay, so this project itself is a 99 years leasehold freehold project. So the price tag can be very different unless you're looking for much older developments, freehold developments. Okay, so let's look at the surrounding. This is the surrounding. Okay, so you can see down here is these two areas are the landed property, the GCB area and the semi-detached area. Okay, one thing that is interesting is that if you are next to MRT, which this project is next to MRT, okay, Orchard Boulevard MRT, then renting out your unit will make more sense because it will increase your rentability. But if you're talking about profitability near to the MRT, not really, because your target market is slightly different. So as you can see, Kin Hill, there are many projects there, okay, and it's very convenient. But Kin Hill is not the most sought after address in the Orchard area. So most of the people who are looking to stay in Orchard area will be looking for quieter areas, not so crowded. Privacy is one of the key factors for buyers in this district. So usually places like in Orchard area that are quieter, not so crowded, are the one that make the most money. If you see Upper House is actually located in the good class bungalow area and also the 2-story semi-detached area, then it means that it will have a lesser traffic. Because if you're surrounded by a lot of big condos, then there will be very high density. So there will be a lot of traffic, a lot of cars coming in and out. So let's go to the site plan. So you can see that the site plan is one block itself. Okay, one block. Okay, this particular building will have more 1 to 2 bedder than the 3 and 4 bedder. Okay, so high chance that the developer will price the bigger units higher in terms of PSF. Also because that in this area the bigger units move faster. Okay, so we also like to point out there's something that's called a visual screen in this project itself. Okay, the visual screen is either on the balcony or on the side of the building, especially for the 4-bedder. Okay, but don't worry, the visual screens are above 28 stories. Okay, so on 28 stories and above, then you will see the visual screen. In this project, the developer termed the visual screen as balcony fins. It is actually forms the aesthetic part of the facade lah. Okay, so later on I will share with you how to prioritize and select the unit if you're going for the 4-bed unit or units that are above 28 stories lah. So as I mentioned earlier, that this project has more 1 and 2 bedroom and lesser of 3 and 4 bedroom. So let's look at the number of units. 1 bedroom and study is 67. 2 bedrooms is at 169. So after looking at the unit type, the unit mix, we can actually guess that the launch price lah. Okay, I think that 1 and 2 bedroom will probably presents more opportunity than compared to oppos. Okay, so let's go back to demand and supply. Okay, demand and supply. In this location, the demand for 3 and 4 bedrooms are definitely higher. Okay, so I would definitely want to buy 3 and 4 bedrooms. But if the prices for 3 and 4 bedroom are not as attractive as 1 and 2 bedroom, then 1 and 2 bedroom will make more sense to buy, right? So the price point is still relatively important when you want to resell in future. So for buyers out there, you probably know that there are many upcoming launches in the District 9 CCR region and wondering if you should be paying a premium in UpperHouse situated in Orchard Boulevard. To be honest, not all districts in CCR will have the same PSF pricing. For example, there's always a price gap between Ken Hill and Orchard Boulevard. There's also a price gap between River Valley and also Orchard. So like new launch, like River Green, most likely it might be launching at about $2,008 per square feet. Promenade Peak might be even lower because it has this development has 63 stories. So likely they will have to price the lower floor cheaper as they go up to the 63rd floor. Okay, so now what we're going to do is that we're going to compare between Orchard Boulevard and River Valley leasehold and freehold projects from the past. So this is to show you there's always a price gap also. Okay, so now we are looking at leasehold. We have 19 Nassim, which is very near to UpperHouse, and then we have Riviera, which is in River Valley. Then we have Avenir freehold from River Valley, and also Boulevard 88, which is near to UpperHouse. Okay, so for leasehold, 19 Nassim versus Riviera. Okay, although Riviera is in District 3, but District is not the key thing right now. We are looking at the more focused on the area and the locality. Okay, so we take Riviera because Riviera is nearest to most of the launches that's coming out in Zion plot lah. Riviera was transacting minimally at 2008. Okay, and the max is about 3,000. Okay, so average is about 2009. Then so you can see that for 19 Nassim is transacted between 3180 to 3646. So the average is about 3440. So now you can see that between these two, there's already a significant price gap, around 10 to 20% difference. These two projects are launched about the same time. As you can see, the TOP time 2023. Okay, so these are about the same. Okay, now let's compare the freehold project. Avenir is in the heart of River Valley, okay, versus Boulevard 88. Okay, Avenir is around 3,000 minimum, and then maximum is up to 3,006. So average price down is about 3,004 plus. Okay, Boulevard 88, 3,008 minimum, and maximum is 4,001. Averagely is 3,009, very close to 4,000 already. So if you can see that there is at least a 20% price gap. Okay, so the gap has always been there. Even though this gap, it doesn't mean that Boulevard 88 doesn't make money. Okay, we still see some profitable transaction. Okay, from here we can understand that there will always be a premium for developments in this area, Orchard Boulevard area. Okay, so for those that are watching this video, you must understand about this gap. So in future, if you like to purchase a property in River Valley or Orchard, compare the price gap. If it's less than 20%, I'll say that it will be a good buy. So now moving on to the one bedroom analysis. There are 67 units and 474 square feet. You can even find a study in this layout, but there's no balcony. Let's compare the prices in the same area and see if this unit type is worth it. So we will compare Nasim 19 versus UpperHouse. UpperHouse one bedroom is definitely smaller based on floor plan, but it is harmonized. If UpperHouse is not harmonized, the actual area should not be much of a difference. 19 Nasim is a one bedroom, 538 square feet. This is a non-harmonized project. So if it's harmonized, then the area will be lesser. So it will be about the same as the one bedroom plus study to UpperHouse. Okay. So if you see that 19 Nasim, right, although it doesn't have a study, it has a nice walk-in wardrobe and a balcony. Okay. But let's look at the price that is being transacted. Okay. 19 Nasim, 3,007 to 3,008, near to 3,009. So the quantum itself is already more than $2 million. Okay, this also means that the buyers in this area is able to accept this kind of price range. Okay, so now let's look at UpperHouse. Okay, UpperHouse is 474 square feet. Okay, so you'll see that very straightforward as what we say. It has reasonably good size master bedroom, and it has a study here. Okay, very straightforward. And one thing is, it doesn't come with balcony, and this is a harmonized project, so the aircon latch is not counted. Okay, so assuming that UpperHouse is going to be transacted about 2009 to 3005, let's say, per square feet, depending on the floor that you're buying. Okay, the sale price will be around 1.374 million to 1.659 million. If you can buy a one bedroom below 1.5 million in this area, do you think that it's a good buy? Because 19 Nasim has practically pushed up the price for one bedroom. So let's say, for instance, if you can get a one bedroom less than 1.5 million and a decent yield, decent rental, your yield will definitely be higher than 19 Nasim. So I think that there's a high chance for you to make money in future. Okay, not saying that it will be easy to sell or what, but let's say that there are no more upcoming projects in the area itself. Okay, so imagine that you have bought a unit about 1.5 million. You can probably sell at 1.7 to 1.8 million in future, because the other project about $2 million already for a similar layout. So I think that future buyer will be interested in UpperHouse. Okay, so now let's go to the two bedroom. So for the two bedroom, right, in UpperHouse we have 2 bed, 2 bath, 2 bed plus study. Let's look at the 2 bedroom premium at 700 square feet. Okay, so some stacks will come with visual screen on level 28 onwards. For this layout is a dumbbell layout. Okay, with 2 bedroom and 2 bath. Okay, so let's move on to the 2 bedroom premium plus study. Okay, if you look at this layout itself, right, this is one of my favorite layout. Okay, because there are windows in the kitchen, windows in the toilet, 2 windows in the master bedroom. This means that it's a very cross ventilated unit. Okay, so one thing we want to highlight in this region is that the unit size and layout is very important, okay, for us to compare. Okay, so with all these little details, right, these are the things that I think that future buyers will be attracted. So like well ventilated and then well utilized space. Okay, so with the 60 over square feet, you'll be paying about 200,000 extra, which I think that may be worth it. Okay, so always remember what your future buyer wants. Okay, so now let's move on to comparing 2-bedroom 19 Nassim versus Upper House. Okay, so now we will compare 19 Nassim 1-bedroom plus study 678 square feet. So if you can see, I actually feel that the study can actually be another room itself. Right? It looks like it can be another room itself. It's a small room. However, I do personally feel that the walkway is a bit wasted. This is how I feel. And also, to remind you that the kitchen is actually open concept kitchen. Okay, but look at how much they're transacting. They're transacting at around this price, 2 over million, and the highest transacted 2.3 plus million. So let's assume that the 2-bedroom premium for Upper House, 700 square feet, okay, is transacted from 2009 to 3004 per square feet. Okay, the sale price will be at $2.03 to $2.45 million. Okay, so personally, I think that it's relatively safe to get into Upper House as your neighboring projects are already selling much higher PSF than yours. So now let's move on to compare 2-bedroom to 2-bedroom. Okay, 19 Nassim 2-bedroom 2-bath is at 807 square feet. Okay, after harmonization, it should be around 720 square feet, which is close to our 2-bedroom premium in Upper House. Okay, so looking at the both layout, both are rather similar. Okay, Upper House is a dumbbell, 19 Nassim is not. Okay, but if you look at 19 Nassim, the kitchen is not enclosed, as you have to cover yourself if you want here. So all quite similar in product, but 19 Nassim already transacted at 2.7 onwards. So you can see that the highest price is about 2.879. Wow. The buyers here can really accept this kind of price tag for 2-bed 2-bath. Okay, so to add on, for 800,000 cheaper discount for Upper House 2-bed 2-bath, will you really feel that you want to buy Upper House? Definitely some people will say that Nassim is a better location, which I also agree, but the premium is quite a lot between these two. So I really leave it to you to decide. Now let's take another example which is very near to Upper House, which is also a non-harmonized project, Cascaden Reserve. Okay, Cascaden Reserve 1-bedroom plus study is at 700 square feet, which is the same size as 2-bedroom premium of Upper House, and is already transacted above $2 million. So bear in mind, 700 square feet for Cascaden Reserve, non-harmonized, the actual unit is 600 over square feet. So for 600 over square feet, you're already paying a $2 over million for 1-bedroom plus study. But today, if you go to Upper House, you'll be able to get a 2-bedroom, proper bedroom, and 2-bathroom. Of course, if you look at the Cascaden Reserve, it really do have a nice living area, with an open concept kitchen again. Yeah, remember, if it's harmonized, Cascaden Reserve will be more expensive. It will be about $2.2 million onwards for 1 plus study. Okay, so now let's move on to compare 2-bedroom Real Valley with, let's put out one project, okay, because we need to compare the gap between these two areas. Okay, so we are taking multi-modern, which is a leasehold in Real Valley, and also a non-harmonized project. Okay, so multi-modern 2-bed 2-bath 764 square feet. Okay, also there are two things we have to take note. Resale is always slightly cheaper than new launch normally. Okay, will not have a vast difference, but 2 bed, 2 bath in multi-modern is already transacted at close to 2 million. So again, if it's a non-harmonized, this is a non-harmonized project. So if it's harmonized, then it will be definitely be more than 2 over million. Huh? Real Valley is always cheaper than Orchard Boulevard by right, but these two projects would have a gap of 15 to 30% easily. But today, if you take 764 square feet and harmonize it, it will become the same size as Upper House. You can also see that the layout is quite similar except the open concept kitchen in multi-modern. You can also see the resale prices like close to 2 million and upwards, which is accepted in the market, which means people are willing to pay 2 bedroom in Real Valley for $2 million. So now, Upper House at this price is considered very attractive at 2.1 million plus and above. Anything above is an accepted price in the area, and I would say that it's a very safe price to enter. Remember, multi-modern is non-harmonized, and if it's harmonized, the price will be even higher. So now I'm going to show you my top choice for 2 bedroom. Okay, so my 2 bedroom top choice will be the 2 bedroom plus study BPS step 2 S2 step 9. Okay, for this is of course is slightly bigger than the 2 bedroom premium, 64 square feet more. So assuming at $3,200 per square feet, you are paying extra 200,000 more. However, you are getting windows in both kitchen and bathroom, a study room with windows, and a common bedroom with full height window. This one you must take note, because in the other layout, the common bedroom is with aircon latch. Okay, so if it's with aircon latch, you only get half of the window. Okay, so overall, I really feel that the 1 and 2 bedroom in Upper House can be considered undervalued in the area comparing to the neighboring projects. Okay, so let's move on to 3 bedroom layout. Okay, 3 bedroom premium, 1,012 square feet. Okay, stack 6, 34 units only. Okay, visual screen on 28 to 35th floor. Okay, this layout is very standard 3 bedroom. Okay, you get a kitchen and a nice living and dining. Okay, very standard kind of bedroom layout. Okay, I personally feel that the starting PSF for this 3 bedroom will be about 10% more than the 1 and 2 bedroom, which means that the PSF might be from $3,200 to $3,700 per square feet. Okay, so I actually have done up the sum for you from $3,200 all the way to $3,700. Okay, but I want to share with you one thing. Okay, 3,200 per square feet, 3.238 million. This price, you could buy 19 Nasim. So only buy 19 Nasim 2 plus study only. Because 19 Nasim 3 bedroom is priced even higher. Yeah. So I leave the choice to you guys, where if you think that this is a good buy or not. So now we are moving on to my favorite unit type in this project, which is the 4 bedroom. Okay, there are only 2 layouts in for the 4 bedroom, and 4 bedroom suite with private leaves and car park lot, 2,056 square feet. Okay, living room area ceiling height is 6.35 meter. Okay, what I like about this project is that the developer plays with the void space, making the ceiling height for the living room 6.35 meter. How it make it is, you see this is the void area and this is the dining area, this is the void area and this is the dining area. So what they do is they alternate it like Lego, so it stacks like an L-shaped Lego and it stacks up. Yeah, so how it makes to a 6.35. Okay, but even though in this manner, we also have our own favorite. My own favorite is this particular unit of floor 1, because what I like is that once you come in, you are able to see the living area and the dining area 1 row. which visually it makes it grander and nicer. Okay, so moving on to the balcony. Okay, the balcony is here. Okay, so remember that certain levels, the balcony will have fins here or the fins on the other side. Okay, so the fins are here, the fins are here. Okay, just to remind you all. Okay, so if you are buying DP2, you will want to avoid your fins in front here, because this is just in front of the balcony. Okay, so it will visually it will not be very nice. Okay, so you will prefer the fins on the side. Okay, same as DP1, you also prefer the fins on the side instead of here, in front of here. So you'll prefer here. Okay, but these are on the upper levels, 28 and above, 28 stories and above. Then you will have that kind of fin here and there, depending. Okay, of course, for the price tag, it will be about 7 million plus on how we estimated it lah. Okay, so that's what you really want to have as much view as possible. Okay, so what we really feel that DP2 fins here is top choice. Okay, let me use another color. Top choice. Then we move to DP1, fins here is second choice. Then we move back to DP3 2. This will be the third choice, and this will be our last choice. So this is how you do move. So depending on your queue number and whether you can get the units that you want or not. So then you can base on this particular selection. Then also to remind you that the car park lot here is included in the 2056 square feet. However, the airspace in the living area 6.35 is not included. So it's a bit of give and take lah. You swap it with your car park lot lor. Personally, I feel that this particular 4-bedroom pricing in terms of PSF might be higher than the 3-bedroom. Most likely will be higher than 3-bedroom, given for the last details like higher ceiling height and own car park lot. So I think that it might start from $3,400 per square feet, likely. But bearing in mind that in this region, most of the bigger units that make money are the freehold units. So of course, the freehold units, the premium will be higher in terms of PSF, and the quantum also will be higher. So I will not be able to share with you all the information and the opinion on this development. However, if you are keen on a unit in this project, make sure you work with your agent on the selection of the layout and the premium among all the choices that you have. If not, you can always drop me a message. Okay, my next video will be opposite. See you.